So, what did we see in the last class? Srinivas Reddy? Rajesh?
Yeah, we completed the concept like dynamic lookup using Express Plus code.
Dynamic lookup. You're done with the dynamic lookup, the
Yeah.
queryable data source,
Yeah.
right? So, today we'll see what is this exception handling. Okay, you know the exceptions in the .NET?
Yeah, we know.
Rajesh? Yeah, what is an exception actually? What is an exception?
Exception is like any bug which we it interrupt the program.
Which interrupts the program. So in .NET, what are the different types of exceptions?
We have try catch, and finally.
No, that is not a type of exception. The
Okay,
try
sorry.
catch is a block.
Sorry.
Try catch is a block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have system exceptions and application exceptions, and
We have system exceptions. We have application exceptions. In the application, we have the numeric exceptions.
yeah.
We have stack flow exceptions. We have memory exceptions. We have CLR exceptions, and we have deadlock exceptions. Right? Here we have different types of exceptions are there in the .NET. Okay. So while getting exceptions, what are the different messages that we can show to the customer? I mean, what are the different types of messages we can show?
Means we didn't get that question, Banu.
I mean, you know the difference between warnings and errors? What is the difference between warning and error?
Okay, error means which way error means like it will stop the program. Okay, we cannot proceed further. Warning, it may occur in future, but we can run the application.
What is an info?
Info like message.
Info like a message, that is a giving message to the user.
Yeah.
Okay. Warning is nothing but it's a warning showing to the user that there may be an error in the future transactions.
Yeah.
Okay. Error is nothing but it's a bug, or it's a type of exception in which you cannot go further if you get an error. There will be a critical stop. That means you cannot move further with the transaction. Okay. So here when we will get a error means, suppose if you are from the application, if you are accessing some file, when you are accessing some file, say suppose you don't have that file in that particular path, then you will get an exception that file does not exist. Okay. And suppose if you are accessing some record in a database, and if that record is not existing, then you'll get that exception saying that a record does not exist. Okay, such type of exceptions you'll get when we are going through the application. Okay, so what is the project, Jan? Okay. Just a minute, 1 second.
రాజేష్, హలో.
ఎస్ శ్రీనివాస్.
ఉన్నారా? ఇంకా నేను డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయిందా అనుకున్నా.
ఏమో మరి ఆయన రాలేదా ఇంకా.
ఇది కాల్లో ఉంది అనుకుంటా.
ఓకే.
ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళారు వీకెండ్?
ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళలేదు, ఇక్కడే ఉండే.
అవునా?
మీరు వెళ్ళారా ఏమన్నా?
ఎక్కడికి లేదు అబ్బాయి. వెళ్ళారా సినిమాకి?
ఏది గోపాలనా? లేదు, నేను పీకేకి వెళ్ళాము.
అవునా? బాగుందా సినిమా గోపాల? ఈరోజు వెళ్ళాము మేము.
వెళ్ళారా? ఎక్కడ మీ
కార్మైక్.
ఓకే ఓకే.
మాకు ఇక్కడ నుంచి 10 మైల్స్ 8 మైల్స్.
ఓకే ఓకే.
మీకు దూరం అనుకుంటా కదా?
కొంచెం హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ పడుతుంది.
మీకైతే ఇండియన్ మార్కెట్ దగ్గర కదా?
హిల్ క్రాఫ్ట్ దగ్గర మాది. హిల్ క్రాఫ్ట్ ఐడియా ఉందా?
లేదబ్బా. పరివార్ దగ్గర మీది?
పరివార్ దగ్గర.
ఓకే. మాకు దూరం అది. మాకు 15 మైల్స్ అది.
ఓకే. అది ఆ స్ట్రీట్ పేరు హిల్ క్రాఫ్ట్ అవెన్యూ కదా?
ఏది
అంటే అక్కడ ఇండియన్ స్ట్రీట్ ఉంది కదా, అది మొత్తం హిల్ క్రాఫ్ట్ అవెన్యూ అంటారు.
అవునా?
ప్రాక్టీస్ చేశారా మీరు? చేస్తున్నారా?
ఏం చేయలేదబ్బా, 2 రోజుల నుంచి ఏం చేయట్లేదు. ఇవన్నీ ఇంకా ఆ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఒకే అన్నట్టుగా ఉన్నా నేను.
ఓకే.
మీరు?
నేను చేయలేదు. మొన్న 10th 11th క్లాస్ వరకు చేశాను, తర్వాత చేయలేదు.
నేనంతే, ఒకేలా అన్నట్టుగా ఉన్నాయి. హలో.
Okay. So here in the exception handling we have generally in the .NET what we can do is we can create our own exceptions, right? But when coming to the Dynamics, the exceptions are, we have the predefined exceptions. I mean we have the exceptions, enums are available. So using those enum exceptions only we have to find the exceptions. We cannot create our own exceptions. Okay, here we have different types of exceptions are there in the Dynamics. We have the exceptions like I mean the information to the user or the exceptions or warnings can be shown using the following exceptions. We have the info log, warning, error, break, numeric exception, CLR error, CAS, code access security. Actually the info will get when some information if you want to show to the customer, then you'll provide the info box. Okay. Info log is nothing but the info that is present in the info. Info log is nothing but the information that is present in the info box, which will show the information about this error or warning, whatever it may be. Okay, and warning is nothing but it's a warning showing that there may be an error in the future transactions. Okay, and error is the error which will stop the execution of the transaction. You cannot move further. Okay, and other one is break. Break means when we are executing some program and we press the Control C to stop the execution process, then you'll get a break error. And we have the numeric exception. When you get any numeric error in the transaction, you'll get a numeric exception. So then you'll call this numeric exception. CLR error means when there is a problem occurs when the CLR functionality, common language runtime error functionality, other memory leakages, then you'll get the CLR error. When you have when you're accessing the code which is executed on the permission based code access permissions on demand, then the CAS will be executed. So these are all the different errors available in the application. Any error in the application in the code will be executed which is available in the try-catch blocks only. When the code is between the try-catch block, then that error will be executed. Okay, for example, if I write a small code, this is while and this is try, and here I am writing a catch block, catch, and here the exception will be available in the enum called exception enum. Exception, here we have the enums, info, error, numeric, okay, deadlock, code access security, CLR error, break, all these are available here. Exception, error. Okay, and here I'm giving info. Okay, so if I execute this program, I'll get the mod 3 is 0 as a warning. As a warning I'm getting, because the counter, it is looping, the initial value of the I will be 0. Okay, it will start from the 0. First the mod 3 will be executed, because in the looping, while looping, the 3 will come first instead of 7. Even though if I write 7 here, the 3 will come first in the loop. So 3 mod 3 equal to 0. When 3 mod 3 equal to 0, then this warning will be executed. Okay, mod 3 is 0. This will be executed first. Okay, when we get an error, it will throw this error, and it will throw this warning, and the warning will be this one. And warning occurred at loop, and loop %1 I have given, and I have given, and warning occurred at loop 3. I means it's like 3, value 3. We got a warning message at the third counter. Okay, if this is not there, if mod 3 is not there, we will get an error at the mod 7. We will get an error at the mod 7. See, I'm closing this. I'm executing this. See, I'm getting error because mod 3 I have commented, that is skipped. So the mod 7 I got an error. Mod 3 I have given a warning. Mod 7 I have given as a error. Okay, as the 3 will come first in the loop, the 3 is executing first. Okay, now we have skipped the 3, so the 7 is executing with the mod 7 is 0. Though, so when you get an error here, that will go to the exception error. Okay, so like this you can go through the exception handling in the existing programs also. Okay, exception handling is you have to make use of the existing exceptions only, okay, which are available in the exception enum. Okay, we have the error, warning, info log, deadlock. Okay, when you will get the deadlock exception? When you will get the deadlock exception? Hello, Srinivas.
Yeah, one. Yeah, when two resources are accessing same resource, that time we will get the deadlock error.
When two resources are accessing the same record, not resource, when two resources are accessing the same record, the other request will be waiting for the first request to be released. Okay, so that waiting process we call it as a deadlock exception. Okay. Here in the dynamics we got a feature called retry. Retry, it will occur when you want to retry the transaction again. Let me say, suppose you have this transaction and we have a deadlock exception here. Somewhere we are getting the deadlock exception. Okay, say we are getting deadlock exception here. Okay, when you are getting the deadlock exception, say suppose we can give a retry here. Okay, retry means it will retry the number of times we have mentioned in the exception. Okay, we can define the retry at the beginning of the code itself to retry the number of times. Say here we can define like this, hash I'll give like this, define dot retry max of 5. That means if we get any deadlock exception, it will try up to maximum 5 times. That means it will again execute the transaction and it will check whether the record has been released from the deadlock or not. Okay, like that it will go up to 5 times. Okay, suppose if the transaction is exceeded up to 5 times, then it will, even though if the deadlock is not released, then it will throw the deadlock exception. If it is released, then it will proceed with the transaction. It will not throw any exception. Okay, this retrying will be looped inside the transaction till it releases the deadlock exception or till it reaches the maximum price, whichever is the earlier. Okay, Srinivas. Hello Srinivas. Rajesh.
Yeah, Banu, clear.
Yeah, so that is the deadlock exception. Here we have concept of creating the files. That means text files, CSV files, Excel files. These all files we can create using the X++ coding. Okay, suppose I want to create a text file using the X++ coding. What is the use of creating a text file? In the application? We use a text file in the application to log the errors that we get in the transactions. Okay, to get the information on the errors. Okay.
Banu,
Yeah.
we didn't complete the OOPS concept, right?
OOPS concept means there is no separate topic for the OOPS concept here. That is not a part of X++.
Okay.
I mean, that is not a part of Dynamics.
Okay.
OOPS concept means, what do you mean by OOPS concept?
Like we have inheritance, abstraction, and encapsulation.
Abstraction is not there in the Dynamics. Abstraction is not there.
Okay. We have inheritance, right?
We have the inheritance. I told you this inheritance will come for you when you go into the reports.
Okay.
I told you the classes, how to create a class, how to create a method, how to call the class method, how to create an object.
We didn't create any interface, right?
We didn't create any interface.
Okay.
Interface abstraction interface concept is not there in the Dynamics.
Interface is also not there.
Interface not there. So I'm creating a file here. Text IO file. When we are creating a file, we have to give the macro as a file creation, okay, and file equal to new text IO @ C:\\/ or D:\\/ bsysstock.txt. txt, comma, hash IO underscore write. And file.write. New text file. Info file created. Okay. Execute this. I'll get done. Okay. Here what I have done is I have taken an object called class called text.io and object is file. While creating any file in the Express, we have to mention that as a hash file as a macro, saying that we are going to create a file. So here the file object equal to new text.io, and this is a path of the file, and this is the status of the file. In this path we are going to write it. We are not, either if you want to write, we can write it as write. If you want to read, you can give it as a read. Now we are writing the data into the file. So file.write, this is a new text file, and info again file created. Now if you go to the D drive and see, D drive, DEC_stock, this is a new text file. This is a file we have created in the Dynamics through the Express coding. Okay. And this is the normal text file. We can create a files using the data also. Using the data also you can create the file. Okay. That is the CSV file. Using the data we can create a XML file. We can create a Excel file. Okay. That we will see in the coming classes. Okay. This is normal text file creation. Okay. Tomorrow we'll go through how to create an CSV file and an XML file. Okay, using the data, using our own data, not the module data. Using our own data, what we have created in the DEC_stock, we will create a XML file and a CSV file. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine.